Every American has a constitutional right to be able to access and petition their government in safety, and countless federal officials and employees likewise have the right to carry out their jobs in peace without being shot. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with D.C., and we're going to clean it up real quick, very quickly, as they say.
All right, let's bring in our panel to weigh in. We are pleased to have Nan Hayworth. She is a former congresswoman from New York and a member at the Independent Women's Forum with us. Also, Jack Kingston, former Republican congressman from Georgia, with us today. And Jonathan Gilliam, former FBI agent, former Navy SEAL. So President Trump, enough is enough. He's got an executive order declaring emergency in the District of Columbia. You know, Jonathan, I'll start with you as former FBI. So he is talking about, you know, the FBI patrolling, what this means. And he also made it very clear, you know, there have been crimes against people who are even in the room, the journalists covering. He said you should want your nation's capital to be safe. This shouldn't be a left-right issue.
That's absolutely right. And, you know, I think this is a perfect model if this is done correctly. And I have to commend the president and his team up there, the camaraderie amongst them and the way that they communicate with each other. You just have never seen this before in a cabinet level position of all these different people with a focus in mind where they can actually speak about it. And I think and all of them have an expertise in some field. That's another thing that you don't often see when it comes to cabinet level people. But I think if the president can do this correctly, that he can use this as a model for how to clean up these other cities. D.C. is just one city out of many in the country whose crime rates rival Central South America and war zones. And I think this is a great step towards something. And it's the fact that he has the ability to do this in D.C. I think it's a home run.
He put up the graph there, too, and he did mention New York. He mentioned Chicago. Nan, I want to play a little bit more of what he says about no cash bail, which, you know, Jeanine Pirro also had some pointed comments in. Here's the president.
The Democrats are weak on crime. Totally weak on crime. They don't know why. They want to stop because they get mugged too. But we're going to change no cash bail. We're going to change the statute and get rid of some of the other things. And we'll count on the Republicans in Congress and Senate to vote. We have the majority.
Man, we talk about Mondami getting rid of police. Your reaction, Nan, to President Trump's move today in D.C.?
Well, President Trump is actually acting entirely within his legal authority. He has the home rule law that was passed in 1973 that allows him to take an emergency situation, take control. He has deemed this thus, and I think common sense people would not disagree with him. The DOJ, the U.S. Attorney for D.C., is under his department, so obviously Jeanine Pirro gets activated. He can call in the National Guard. Doug Burgum is involved because the Department of the Interior, national parks, of course, much of D.C. is actually under that jurisdiction. That's why encampments were removed from the National Mall. So I hope that Congress can act to bring Washington back, D.C. back under control. Unfortunately, home rule for this capital city has proven to be a terrible failure, and the statistics that Mayor Bowser is citing as to improvements must be seriously questioned, because there's plenty of police testimony that crimes have been downgraded deliberately, even though, and falsely. So President Trump is right. He is shining a brilliant light on this problem, and let's hope that, yes, Congress can get involved and take permanent action.